All right, welcome. I'm James, Integrity Marketing, and I have a client here. His name's Frank Campbell. He's out of Annapolis, Maryland. We actually are of no relation. We just happen to share the same last name.
Yes, sir.
So what we're going to do is just a real quick interview with Frank, kind of about his experience with integrity, but also just his general experience with digital and how that's maybe affected his practice overall. So that's a little bit of history. Frank's actually been a client for around 10 years now, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe. But, you know, constantly on the new thing of technology. So Frank, if you could give us a little bit of history of your practice, kind of what you do, where you kind of focus your time and your energy, and then we'll start talking about more of your marketing journey as well, okay?
Yep. Yeah, so I took over my practice. It was already existing. It was basically a one lawyer firm that focused on estate planning and estate administration. Really didn't do much in the elder law or Medicaid planning practice. Mm-hmm. And I took that over from the prior owner in 2010. So since that time, I've been running the practice with the same focus, primarily estate planning. We've tend to had a bit of a focus on estate tax planning and obviously estate administration. As our clients got older and passed away, since it's the second generation of the practice, we're a pretty busy estate administration firm as well.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. And I think you came to us about that time when you just taken over the practice. And you can kind of tell us at that point in time, what need were you trying to fill? Like why start with the web?
Yeah, I mean, so I think we started with a website. I was like, I need a website because the prior generation, obviously when he started the practice in 1982, there was none of that. And as he was winding down his practice and that was becoming more popular, he didn't feel the need for it or the energy to get into it. So as soon as I took over, I wanted a website. And I think back now to how simple my thought was. I just wanted to have a page with a picture so people really knew I existed and my phone number was on there.
Right.
Because I remember thinking, well, people get my name as a referral, but then a website at that point was just like a legitimacy checker.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here telling you that no, you're thinking it's actually something that can be used for sales and for processes and so there's a little bit of that growing into it phase for a while, right?
Right. So I think that took some time for me in the practice, mm-hmm. and also time working and getting to know you and seeing that your recommendations provided results. I found you to be good and trustworthy, and then we continued to kind of open the aperture and consider what more we could do with each other together.
Right. And so what were kind of some of your hesitations? I mean, obviously from where you were then to where you are now, your technology is kind of incredible, right? In some regards.
Yeah.
But what was kind of some of your hesitation from making that transition, or what kind of prompted you to dive more into the digital side of things?
Well, I think one of the first things that really helped me explore more using more digital on my website was we were a successful firm, or are a successful firm. A lot of our clients were coming from just referrals in the community. And I remember talking about this with you. One of my problems was my receptionist would put together our new client packets. And she was telling me she was spending half a day, creating the packets, putting them in the envelopes, mailing them, sending them out. We had enough volume that was just keeping her busy. And when I look at it now, it's like, it seems very antiquated to be, creating all this paper, putting in the envelopes, putting the stamp on it, sending it out the door. And I thought, well, how can I buy that time back so that my receptionist could be focused on other tasks, including greeting clients, taking time on the phone, and it's one less thing that you need to worry about. So that's where we started working together and talking about how we could use the website as a tool for this.
Right.
And then you can go ahead and explain it, but basically through this process, of using workflows, I think they call them, we eliminated all that time that went into, mailing out the new client packets.
So we've automated that. So just as we kind of bring people up to speed, Frank's on our, we call our Essentials Premium program, where he has the VIP support with us. He has the CRM, which kind of manages the workflow and a lot of the marketing automation in the background. So the blogs, the email newsletter, things like that. So we kind of brought Frank to this higher level. That's because he saw the value in it, right? He saw where he could replace some time and really bring things into a more client-centric, right? Because they're not waiting for anything anymore. As soon as they submit a request, they're getting the information they need right away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. So, well, I mean, that's basically the details. I don't know how much detail you want to get into, James, on that, but.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think it's just important to know that we're leveraging not just the marketing side of it, right? We are doing the marketing with the web and the Facebook and the outbound marketing, but it turns into sales as well, because that's where we have to really take control of what the client is experiencing and help bring them into your process, right? So that they're kind of following your lead.
Right. So we talked about that. One piece of that is if a client goes on my website on a Friday evening or a Saturday or a Sunday, and then they want to request a consultation, well, they fill out the form and they don't wait until Monday to get feedback from us. Right. As soon as they fill out that form, it triggers that they get, like this PowerPoint that's a welcome packet that talks about our firm, and it sends them the questionnaires, which are designed not only to gather information but educate. So all that's happening the moment they request a consult, and then we call them when we get in Monday morning, but we've brought them into our process, so to speak.
Right.
They do that on the weekends.
And I think one of the important things to remember is it's not just that we have the workflow that does this, but we have the marketing in place that makes people feel comfortable enough to do that with you, right? So that we've if you look at Frank's site, we'll kind of go over some of that, but he has video on there where if we look at the number of conversions that Frank has on the site, which we'll go through in a second as well, and the video plays, they're relatively the same. They're close to the same number. That doesn't necessarily mean that everybody that converts, watches that video, but there's a correlation there that we can see. So all of these things kind of play into it. I think people are really curious when they hear about, we've automated this and done all that, but how many people actually go through it? Like, do you feel, when you just your experience of it, do you feel like it's something that a lot of folks do go through?
It's amazing. Like, honestly, I'm always surprised at how many people find me through a Google search and then fill out the form. I mean, and then I thought to myself, I'm sure every lawyer thinks this, well, it's not going to be a good client. They're going to be tire kickers or people who aren't committed. And, the referrals are the best. Referrals are still great sources of work, but I have got great clients, smart clients, clients willing to pay fees that just didn't have access or resources. And to be honest, these days, people feel like the best access and resource is going to the internet, checking out some websites, reading reviews, and then that's how they determine who to hire. I've been amazed at the quality and the volume that have come from the internet.
Let's just show people a little bit some of the volume, if you don't mind. I have your permission to go.
Yeah, sure.
Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's click share here, and let's just look. First of all, I brought up just last year, the 2018, just to give people like a full year perspective, right? So this is January 1st, 2018 through Tuesday, January 1st, 2019. But if we look over here at the website visitors, we have 23,000, Frank, almost 23,500 people. That's unique visitors to your website in a year, which is phenomenal. Really a high number. But what I think is more interesting is we look over here at the known contacts, and this will show us the people that have engaged on the firm, with the firm online at some level, whether they've subscribed to your blog, okay, or your email newsletter, These are all double opt-ins. These are real people, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Short contact form is just people that maybe sent a quick message on that bottom form of your website.
Mm-hmm.
People that have requested a consultation. You'll see that there as well. The long contact form is just people clicking your contact button to give people a lot of times they're asking a question, just giving a lot of detailed information before they request, actually formally request. But if we scroll down here over the course of the year, by and large, people are doing the requested consultation. It's definitely your most popular one.
Yeah.
If people have done all 3 stages, that means they actually completed their forms, or at least some degree of their online intake forms. And
Interesting.
so of that, you had 138 and almost 100 people did your forms online, requested a consultation and did your forms online.
So so almost 100 people took the time to fill out the forms, which goes to show those people are probably becoming clients. They're at least, if they're spending time to fill out the form, they've come to meet with us.
Right, exactly. And this is just the web form. So if we look over here at your phone calls, I think it was equally as impressive. You had 1,392 phone calls originated from the website.
Mm-hmm.
Of those, 803 were first-time unique callers.
Yeah,
That had called you in previous years. So that's pretty cool, right? That we have, we kind of combine those numbers, and that's almost 1,000 people that have come through the website.
Yeah.
And 100 of them did the forms. And a lot of, I'm sure a lot of these folks did as well once they got on the phone with, is it Sherry? Is that right?
Shelly
at your office. Shelly has the manual function to be able to send these forms to them right away.
That's right.
Yep. So it's still a very quick process for those people that do call during business hours. So I think it's important to just show people, when you see these numbers, does it make you feel good?
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's great. So, again, we're kind of doing these interviews for people that are considering joining. So would you have any words to somebody that's considering integrity marketing, kind of joining up with our team?
So outside of the product, we've been talking about product, which is the digital marketing, the website, newsletters, and how it helps your operations. Obviously, I've been working with Integrity and James for over 10 years. So I have a relationship with them. And with everyone that I do business with, I'm looking for team players, right? Their job is to support me. I'm the main effort. They support me in the various aspects of my practice. So I expect to have team players, people that are not just trying to sell something to better their business, but to serve my business. And I've found that over the years, James and I have become very close because I trust him. And there'll be times when James calls and says, I got this great thing I need to do. You need to do, Frank, X, Y, and Z. I remember back years ago, James, the way the website changes on your phone. What is that called?
Mobile, the responsive design.
Yeah, the responsive website. I remember that. And I couldn't even understand what you're really talking about. And I said, James, great idea. I am swamped. Call me in 6 months. And a good teammate, you go, Roger, got it. Hang up the phone. I don't have to waste any more time. And yeah, you're going to call back in 6 months because I know I need to take the time to learn about it. So to be honest, I trust you as a teammate, and obviously everybody else in Integrity. I think that's important.
Yeah, very cool. Well, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
Frank, thanks for the interview. That's all I got for today. Again, you'll be able to visit Frank's website. It's campbellsims.law, right?
Sims Campbell.
Sims Campbell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I lost trying to get my name first, but
ladies first, right? It's a
ladies first.
It's a gentleman's journey. It's a gentleman's journey. Ladies first. SimsCampbell.law. So a cool new domain for Frank there. Go check it out if you want to kind of experience what that's like for Frank's clients, right? So what's the client experience like? That's kind of where it all stems from. So check that out. Thanks a lot, Frank, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
Yeah, man. Thanks, James.
You're welcome.
Bye, everybody.